As you talk to your organization about OKRs, there's two key things that you need to take into account. And this is all about focusing on your audience as much as a message. Like, understand who it is you're talking to, because you can't take the same presentation to every meeting. The listeners are different, and they're different in two key areas. One is you got to think about the audience's sort of adoption curve. So if you think of Jeffrey Moore crossing the chasm, you got some of your organizational innovators, some are visionaries. Most people are pragmatic. The mass majority are both pragmatics and conservatives. And then you've got the conscientious deniers, the skeptics. And so each of these people have to be talked to in a different way because they've got a different vantage point. The second thing to think about is a bit more complex, and this is about their professional focus or their cognitive skill set. It looks a bit like this. Imagine on the left side of a chart, we talk about the level in the organization from frontline up to executive. And we take a look at where you are in the maturity of that role, whether you're just entry level, you're getting close to promotion, or you're exceeding expectations. Now, if we take a look at frontline people, they're all about daily management, right? The steps and just day-to-day activities. Managers are more worried about priorities and actions. Directors are beginning to look at process execution, about reliability and predictability going forward. And then executives are all about strategy, development, deployment. So they're looking at performance metrics and results. So if you think of frontline people, if I take a look at their performance, they're worried about that detail. And as they get better and better skilled, they begin worrying about priorities and actions. And so eventually what this chart is indicating is they're performing a lot of their tasks like a manager, even though they haven't been promoted yet. With a manager, kind of the same thing, that I'm worried about actions like making sure that we're checking the boxes and getting stuff done. And again, eventually I begin thinking like a director. With directors, same thing. I'm worried about that overall process and how it all flows together, cross-functional, white space, those things. Same things. Eventually I'm thinking above my current promotion level. And then executives, well, the same thing, but there's nowhere to progress to at the top there. And they're worried about strategy and deployment. So now we need to put these two things into context. Their adoption curve, because it depends where I'm on the adoption curve, and also where they are in the organization, their cognitive thinking. So now if we chart this, across the left side, we'll put down those adoption curve ideas. And then across the top, we'll put these cognitive skill sets or level. And then for each of the cognitive skill sets and each level, I should have a communication strategy. So for example, if I'm dealing with executives that are concerned about the metrics at the visionary level, we're dealing with the organization vision and strategy. If I go all the way down to the front line, we're showing about how they can make a bigger impact on the organization and how, the level 4 OKRs, link and be part of a bigger thing. So this is that communication matrix that allows you to structure your communications correctly.